My boy does too. So here we go. We've got to start this race on the grid. I will jump to the pits, and we will try to get to the front of the field to see what happens in the first few corners. We are green! Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go to turn one. Hootius to the inside. Mac on the outside. Mac's going to get that preferred line going in the next corner. And now Hootius is under fire from K-Dog. K-Dog's going to think better of it. Give it a little bit of time there. Bubba settles into fifth. That is T-Spot. Sorry, fourth. That is T-Spotter in fifth. Pork Chops worked his way around Fifi to sixth spot. RPG Me trying to find his way around two. Ooh, big time move there on Fifi. Wow, what a power move. That was fantastic. No contact there, far as we could see. Racer Lance trying to work his way there. Ben Charles, the final person off the grid here. Ooh, problems for Pork Chops. Unfortunate. He's got a 5-second penalty out of the way of the other racers. That is going to cost him every single spot on the racetrack. Unfortunate for Pork Chop. You can see damage to Ben Charles there. That's what put him back there. Pork Chops is going to be able to shove his nose under Ben Charles and take that spot. So 11th place for Pork Chop after that cut track penalty. T-Spotter fighting off RPG Me right now. Very, very tough battle. Contact between those two drivers. T-Spotter, does he save it? Wow, very good save from T-Spotter. He got a big bump in the rear end. RPG Me decides to back off there. Doesn't want to gain an advantage because of that bump. I would guess, you look at that car right there, Rite Aid 84. I'll bet you $100 the rear damage to that car right there matches the front end damage to Ben Charles in the back. I bet that's what happened right there. Rite Aid Kid trying to make the move there on RPG. Not going to happen in this corner. You can see him running wide. That is Fifi trying to make his way back forward.
Pleasure.
Anthony Gods, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. A little bit of side contact between Fifi and Rite Aid Kid. No harm done there, but Fifi's been roughed up a bit in the early part of this race. Bubba right now hanging very, very tough with K-Dog. K-Dog, of course, very quick driver here in Project Cars. Didn't get a lot of practice this week. He said he is absolutely just showing up and racing tonight, so he's not on his usual game, but he is out there trying to put it on these guys if he has the opportunity. You can see Mac already with a 138.2, 139.4 for Hootius on that first lap, so Hootius is working very hard to catch your leader, but right now Mac is turning the quickest laps of the race. He's sticking right with him, though. Sticking right with him. Aaron, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the bitch man come from, but that is catching on. Karen Webb, I like that. Okay, now we got it. We got a little bit of banter in the chat there. It's always good. What's up, Jake? Nah, dude, you got to think about that hurricane first, brother. I like having you here, but you got to be thinking about that hurricane first. Category 5 now. Irene, is it? Come on, Irene. I did thank Anthony Gods, didn't I? Appreciate that follow. Welcome to the Night's Watch, dude. Or, yes, I would guess it's dude. My name is Anthony as well, so we do share that. So, Mac trying to separate himself from Hootius. Hootius not allowing that to happen. Now, the thing we got to talk about right now, Irma. Okay, there you go. It's all eyes. Who cares? The thing we got to talk about now, Project Cars is a game of tire strategy. Who wears their tires out? Okay, that's the question. The fact that these cars are different, the McLaren and the Rough will wear their tires differently. And also, if you have a lot of tire wear, you will sometimes see these guys switch from the soft compound tires to the medium compound tires, maybe even hard compound tires as well. So we don't know what kind of tires are on these cars because obviously we don't have color coding like Formula One does. Excuse me. But, wow, you saw that right there. Hootius with a 131.825. So Hootius with the quickest lap of the race right now. Trying to catch Mac. Doesn't look like the gap is closing. So I'm not sure how that worked out right there. But Hootius is right there with him. And that's the thing. How long are those tires going to last? Who's going to wear them out first? Now, this track, Zolder, is a lot of chicanes, so that helps your tire wear. But this first sector right here is very tough on him. Check this out. You got this long, hard a left-hander there, and then you have a sweeping right-hander. Very, very hard on the tires right here. Very, very hard on the left front, this complex right here. And then you leave that, and your tires have no chance to cool down into this very fast right-hander. Look at him really leaning on those left sides. And you can see that tire turned, and it's not. That car was not wanting to turn. So, will we see Mac burn that left front tire up, opening up the door for Hoodius in second? That is the question. Who can last? One thing, a little bit of inside knowledge on Project Cars. These guys right now are running on full race fuel loads. They will not refill in the pits because obviously with the GT cars, you are not allowed to fuel and do tires at the same time. That makes a longer pit stop, which they cannot allow. You just don't have the time to do that type of a pit stop. So they start the race with a full fuel load to get them the entire distance. And then when they hit pit lane, they can change tire compounds individually. You cannot change tire compounds individually at the start of the race. When you start your strategy, you can run mediums on the front and softs on the rear. You can vice versa, whatever you want. But you can't pick them out individually. When you hit pit lane and put tires on, you can do individually. So it's a different strategy that you can play out towards the end of the race. Hoodius getting the lap traffic at the wrong time. He is trying to work his way around right now. Did pretty well there, but you can see the gap that was made. Mac took that fastest lap of the race back by 3/10 there. Got a lot of Hoodius fans in the chat there. Jacob says, Mac with the corner cut. Nah, there's no... If he had the corner cut, we would know it. They do allow you to run through the chicanes a good amount, but you have to make sure you don't go too far. Those ones are the toughest ones because you bounce. So if you hit the first corner part of that chicane wrong, it will bounce you over into the second one, which will give you a penalty. Still got to subscribe. Get that emote. I mean, like I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I don't ask that you do subscribe. Those of you that do, like the support, like for real, thank you so very much. But the emote is, I feel good about that emote. It was a good idea. It looks good. Popo hooked me up with that one, so you know, you got to get that emote. Hootie for the Rudy, Hootie for the booty. How about that? So we are looking at third place K-Dog, who is actually catching Hoodius. So he has distanced himself from Bubba, who is off track right now. Problems for our man Bubba from 4th to 6th. That is unfortunate for Bubba. T-Spotter has worked his way back into 4th. He's got RPG Me behind him in the BMW. Very good battle right here. We're going to stick with these guys. I do like to stick because this is where we get the battles in the mid-pack. But we're going to keep an eye on that front battle there because I do believe K-Dog is going to give Hoodius a good run for his money. Mac is really making a statement. Last lap was a second, 1.2 seconds quicker than Hoodius's, so he's going to start to build that gap there. Camera makes the cars look so slow. Yeah, it does. It really does. Cool thing about Project Cars 2, which is coming out momentarily, very, very soon. You're going to have a full leaderboard on the left-hand side. It's going to make things very easy for me when it comes to broadcasting. Everybody's going to have all that information right there. I will be able to select without moving cars like this. So that's going to be better. Also, like he said with the cameras, what the Project Cars 2 guys, or what the Project Cars guys did, they said when we went to these tracks this time, corner cut for T-Spotter. He had a little bit of a problem there getting back going. RPG was unable to capitalize. A little bit of a bump in the back. Now Bubba's got to run on him. Bubba's going to look to the inside of RPG. Very, very solid move there, but RPG hangs tough on the outside. He's going to make Bubba go for it one more time. But the guys said that they went to these tracks and they studied where the TV cameras go. Because these are just cameras basically put wherever they thought they could. But they want it to look like a real broadcast coming up. So Project Cars 2 is going to look very, very different. Yeah, Clutch has got it September 22nd for Project Cars 2. Yeah, we've got a hell of a race right here, baby. Bubba's trying to get to the inside of RPG, unable to do it, and RPG got a really good run on T-Spotter there. This is the race right now, and we are watching it unfold. RPG trying to get back to the inside of T-Spotter. He's got it. He's got that position, slipped up just a little bit. It's going to tuck in front of Bubba. Nearly pushed. Oh, yeah, there might have been contact there. He was trying to get slid back into that slipstream, and it looked like there was contact with Bubba. Unfortunate for him because it pushed him into the grass, and he got a 5-second penalty on top of it. He's going to go back to 7th place. Very, very unfortunate for RPG. Let's see. Clutch. When is the next P-Cars 1 race? Yes, absolutely. Next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 1 hour of practice. Qualifying will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then you have the race directly after that. Basically 9:20 the race will start. Face cam isn't synced well. I got the new camera today, Jacob. And we were looking at that, trying to see. I don't know if it's actually live or what. It's not supposed to have any delay. I'm not sure why I have that. I'll have to search it out. Let's see here. We can try that. Is that terrible? Let me know if that's any better. 3 to 5 seconds behind. See, I thought this would be fixed. I'm kind of confused as to why. I got USB 3.0. Thought that would be fixed. So I went back to 0. Probably something more I need to do, actually. Wouldn't say 3 to 5, like 1. I'm going to try something in a second. I'm going to reset the camera, see if that helps. You can see Mac. He is not going off into the distance. Hoodius is still right there within sight. Look, you can see that this is still very much a race. K-Dog right there as well. The gap is pretty similar between these guys. Mac has the quicker lap times right now, but Hoodius is right there waiting for him to slip up. Let me check this. 29 laps was the complete distance, so if you cut that in half, you're looking at 17. So we are coming up within what could be perceived as pit stops very soon. I'm going to get rid of this camera. See here. What is it? That's the thing. Is it game capture? It's video capture, actually? Okay. I'll fix it. I swear to God, I'll fix it. Remove. All right, so you're going to lose my webcam here. Yeah, I just got this hooked up right before the stream. I told you guys I was a little... Is it up there in the corner for you? All right. Configure video. Buffering. Okay. That looks instant now. Alright, so that was the problem. Never mind. Okay, watch this. Check this shit out. I'm going to get rid of this delay. 0. And we're going to see what we got here. I want to resize. Nope. All right. What do you think now? Are we good? Oh, look at that. Yeah, see my settings. I was on the old settings, dog. Yes. I'm so happy about this. No more delay. Is it good now? Help me out, boys. We good now. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm super excited about that. That's why I bought it. $69, baby. Got it off of Amazon. Got a good deal. We have money in the bank. 1080p, no delay. It uses less CPU than my old camera. So, I mean, it's a win-win-win, baby. Watching the hoot. Trying to keep track of Mac there. Let's get back to this battle. T-Spotter has separated himself from Bubba. RPG Me has worked his way back around Rite Aid Kid. Those boys running very, very tough in those BMWs. Pork Chop, look at Pork Chop doing work. Climbing his way back up into this race. All right, we'll see you, Kyle. Get that sleep, brother. Have fun at school tomorrow. King's got it too, yep. Everybody's going back to school. You guys go back to school late, though. What? It's friggin' September. Is that really your first day of school? My kids went back middle of August. Not even middle. Like damn near early August. My kids were back in school. They get out late May. Had school for about a month now. Yeah, that's where they're at, Jake. That's where they're at. I want to get back to the front of the field here. We're going to watch what these guys do. I'm waiting for the first one to blink. I think this car is the first one to blink because he's been running those tires pretty hardcore. If he's not having tire issues, then these boys are in trouble. Absolutely in trouble. I need to move this down. Yep, perfect. I want to make sure. I know it's weird, but here I am just like doing my settings as we go. Yes, it is right. Okay. But it helps that you guys are here. Oh God, that is not good. Perfect. It helps that you guys are here. And I'm so glad no delay. Yes! Freaking excited about it. I even use my own emote for it because it is a victory. Blam. Started August 10th, would get out May 25th, but with the hurricane could be mid to late June. That sucks, dude. That really does suck. Hopefully that's the only hurricane you got to deal with. We deal with the snow thing up here, but it's been a couple years since we've had any snow days, anything like that. So, one of them deals. I think that was pit entry. So, still no pit stop for Mac. Is that Fifi he's getting ready to lap? Hoodius still there. He can see him. He's just getting farther and farther away. K-Dog's right there. T-Spotter quite a ways back in fourth. Here is Bubba. Bubba's got RPG me down his neck once more. Once more, here comes RPG. He's very, very fast. He's in a little trouble keeping that thing on the track at times. A couple of those were unfortunate incidents. Jose is coming. Oh, boy. So there's back-to-back, huh? I want to go back through the field here. Dre up to 9th. He's got Ben Charles right behind him. Those two guys got themselves a little battle going, too. That is Fifi about to go a lap down, so 11th place. Only 11 cars on the track right now. Fifi looking to try and get out of the way of the race leader. He didn't mean to do that. He was actively trying to get out of the way and was unable to, but no harm, no foul. Looks like Ben Charles had to back off there for a moment. Dre with a good lead. Here, go! Rite Aid Kid went off track and then trying to get back on. A little bit of contact with Pork Chops. Those guys both pointed in the right direction. Like we say, no harm, no foul, but some solid contact there for both drivers. RPG me still trying to work his way around Bubba. Triple whammy if you include Harvey. Hell, we even got hit by Harvey, Jacob. It was done spinning by that point, but we saw the final part of it. RPG, whoa! Issues for Bubba, what happened? I don't know what happened there. Bubba went off track, actually got into the wall there. Maybe a little bit of latency. We didn't see exactly what happened, or if Bubba just had a little bit of a slip there coming out of that chicane. It's possible. We talked about how you could hop some of those chicanes. So issues for Bubba. That gives RPG the top 5 spot right now. Having a pretty good race. Back out to the race leaders. Here is Mac through the chicane. Hootie is driving down into the chicane now. A lot of lap traffic for Mac. Ben Charles does a really good job of getting out of the way. It's Dre's turn now. Dre goes wide to stay out of his way. That's unfortunate for Dre because that's probably going to allow Ben Charles to go around him. No, it's not. So by giving up the corner, he avoided the cut track penalty. Now Hoodius, it's his turn to try and get through this lap traffic. I wonder if maybe he will decide to hit pit lane instead of dealing with it right now. We'll have to see. K-Dog trying to work his way around Fifi there. Field is pretty spread out, and you can see these guys attacking the lap traffic. Hoodius is going to the pits. Fifi in. K-Dog in. Mac still on the track. Wow, the fastest car on the track. Right now, most comfortable on tires. What happened, Mac? He's off. Controller died, some sort of an issue. Something went on there with Mac. He's got to get back going. That's a huge problem for Mac. I guess it could have been tires. We were just talking about the tires, but it looked like he lost control. I don't know what happened, but our race leader's in the wall. He's got damage to the front of that car. That's going to have to be fixed. It looked like controller to me, Jake. It looked like controller to me. Oh my gosh, he didn't have a huge lead on Hoodius. Hoodius is going to be on fresh tires. Now, the impetus is on Hoodius. He's got to get out there. He's got to run a quick outlap, but he cannot go too far on those cold tires. Cold tires can absolutely bite you. That car is on less fuel now, so he's got to get used to that feel. He's had a full load of fuel the whole race. Now he's got a half load of fuel and fresh tires. It's going to be very different. But he cannot have any mistakes. He's got to have a fast outlap, and he could find himself in the lead of this race. K-Dog out there as well. He knows. He can smell blood in the water. He was already catching Hoodius. If the race leader's having problems, that means it could possibly get in ahead of Mac as well, which would be a death blow for Mac. Very, very tough to get around his teammate and then catch Hoodius as well. Right now, RPG Me is the man in second place. He is not pitted for tires as of yet. Ooh, nearly going off track. He's got to try and stay out of the way of Hoodius. Absolutely fantastic move there by RPG Me. We talked about him being a rookie. He knows that Hoodius is one of those guys fighting for the race lead. He got out of the way, even though he is technically fighting for position. Class act right there. That kid's going to fit right in, no doubt about it. So Hoodius, here we go. Mac is in the pits. I can't tell if he is moving yet or not. We talked about he's got to get that damage fixed. Now he is moving. So here comes Mac, and you can see Hoodius get right there in the shot. This is a long pit exit. It goes much wider than the racetrack. Where is Hoodius? There he is right there. Hoodius is going to get the lead. Move Hoodius to P1. Mac's mistake gives Hoodius the lead. Where's K-Dog? K-Dog, 2-second. Oh, this is heartbreak for Mac. This is heartbreak. He's got the fastest car on the track. The man has had bad luck all season long. I don't know what happened there. It could have been old tires and he just spun it, but it looked to me like he had a controller issue, I gotta say. Like maybe the controller was dying, I don't know. But he's got his work cut out for him now. Don't count him out, though. If there's one man who can make this thing happen, this is the guy. CHR Baldy, I don't know if I thanked you earlier. I appreciate the follow. I've been talking like a madman. Ooh, Fifi trying to get out of the way. Nearly contact there with Mac. That threw Mac off into the first part of that chicane. But I appreciate the follow. Welcome to the Night's Watch. I hope you're still there. I didn't want to miss you. But we've had a lot of action here too as well. So Mac in third. He's got to run down K-Dog. You have no doubt about it. He has got a fire under his ass, and he is ready to go. Mac will be as every lap, qualifying lap for Mac. He's got to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, but he is pushing like crazy. You can bet on it. But you can see the gap he's got to make up to K-Dog. And K-Dog's running 1:31.9. Mac his quickest time is only 7/10 quicker than that. Not even 7/10. So, man, it's going to be tough. K-Dog's not going to let him around either. There was something that happened with Mac, Mitch, man. Everybody hit pit lane except for Mac. Mac went into turn 1 and either spun to the inside wall or he had a controller failure and that put him in the inside wall. But contact with the wall put him back into third place. By the time he hit pit lane, got everything fixed, he was back to third. Very, very unfortunate for Mac. He's not out of this thing yet. You can see Hoodius going down the hill into the second chicane. Here is K-Dog down the hill into the second chicane. And Mac right there, you can see the gap. You can see the gap. The problem that Mac has is he's going to have to battle with his teammate to get around him, and then he's got to catch Hoodius. Only 13 laps left. And Hoodius isn't going to let him do it. All of those guys are running 31s. Every single one of them. So, I mean, Hoodius is looking for win number 2. And you got to remember, Hoodius felt bad about his first win. Hoodius won the race a couple weeks ago at Laguna Seca. That was the race where K-Dog was leading and Brian had his lag issue and K-Dog was taken out of the race. So Hoodius was the recipient of all that good luck. Hoodius ended up inheriting the win. Not the win. He inherited the lead. He definitely earned the win, but in his mind, and he's told us, he says there's an asterisk on that race. I don't think so. You win, you finish first, you win the race. No asterisk to it. But in his mind, he thinks he didn't technically win that race under good circumstances. So he wants another one. And this is his shot right here. He's in a position for win number 2. It looked like he actually put a little bit of a gap on K-Dog there that lap. Let's see if we got timing and scoring. He did. 0.6 of a second faster than K-Dog on that last lap. But you can see Mac catching K-Dog. Mac was 0.4 of a second quicker than Hoodius as well. So this will be your next race right here. K-Dog and Mac. Teammates, mind you. And you got to remember, right now Mac is the faster teammate, but K-Dog is third place in the championship standings, whereas Mac is much farther back. So, team orders? I don't think so. Not in this situation. Not in this situation. But we are in for a battle very shortly. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look and see where everybody else is. T-Spotter in 4th. RPG Me in 5th. Bubba in 6th. Right Aid Kid 7th. Dre right behind him in 8th. Dre's looking for that 7th place spot. Pork Chop back to 9th. Not sure if he had an issue there. He was doing a little better than that. Fifi in 10th. And Ben Charles now back to 11th with that front end damage. But you can see everybody spread out. This is the battle to watch right here. Hoodius still clicking off some quick laps. I think he actually lowered his best time that time. Look at that. Hoodius done his best lap of the race, but it was still 0.6 of a second slower than Mac. Mac is quicker. Now, Hoodius is gapping K-Dog, but he is losing time to Mac. But Mac has to get around K-Dog first before this can be an issue. Ah, K-Dog's off. Wow. Hoodius did not want to see that. Hoodius did not want to see that. His buffer is gone. K-Dog was his buffer, and that is not in play anymore. Very, very unfortunate for our race leader. Nothing standing in the way of Mac and Hoodius but time now. Let's see if we can get the track map up. The white arrow is Mac, and the red dot is Hoodius. I think timing and scoring is glitched at this point. It glitches every single time. It's going to be very, very close. If Hoodius makes no mistakes and Mac makes no mistakes, it's going to be very close. Hoodius with a 132.1 and Mac with a 131.4. So you're talking 7/10 of a second once more. Every lap, Mac is making 7/10. But look, you can see how hard he's pushing. He's smoking those tires. Is it possible that Mac hurts those tires? Is it possible that because of his mistake, an off-track situation, that Mac decided to go on full softs for this run, and now burning up those tires, could it cause him problems? There's all sorts of factors in play that we don't fully understand yet. Look, eyes off again! Oh, Mac was trying so hard. He was trying so hard to catch Hoodius. He knew he had to have 10 perfect laps. It's not going to happen. That is basically the nail in the coffin for Mac. He's got front end damage. That's going to slow him down in the straights. Back behind K-Dog once more. He's not going to give up. But that is basically the race for the win over at this point. Mac into the wall for the second time. I can't tell if he's got suspension damage or not. He might. You can see that car is kind of cocked sideways. I think you're looking at possible suspension damage here. T-Spotter's not that far behind him. So we're going to have to see if Mac decides to hit pit lane. More misfortune for Mac. They wanted this week to be his crowning comeback. It's not going to happen this time. He is going to hit pit lane, get that damage fixed. We'll stick with him. We're going to see, we're going to see if he is able to get out in front of T-Spotter or not. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Mac, I'm sure, if he's not too upset, will join the chat after the race and let us know what happened on that first accident. So hopefully we get the chance to talk to him. Wow. Wow. T-Spotter's going to get third right here. No danger here from RPG Me, but T-Spotter looks to be taking third place. Mac... Is there danger here? I'm looking at this. That's a long pit exit. No, I think he's good. Yep. So Mac settles back into fourth. He's got to try and chase down T-Spotter in third. T-Spotter looking for a podium, baby. He's not gonna want to let that go. Jacob Mac worked his way back into second place and then went off on the first chicane, and he got more damage, had to pit. So now you're looking at it. Here is K-Dog going through the final chicane now, and Hoodius is going down into turn one. So basically a full front straightaway advantage for Hoodius right now. Hoodius is quicker. No, I take that back. Last lap, K-Dog was able to knock 3/10 off of Hoodius's lead. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. This race is not over. Basically mowed down the wall. Wasn't huge contact, but it was enough to damage his car. And then he went in to get the damage fixed. That car had a little bit of a list in it. So like we said, Hoodius in position to take his second PRL GT3 victory. He needs 8 laps of no mistakes. His tires did very, very well during the first stint. He knows that he has to run good laps, but doesn't have to have amazingly quick laps. So he's got to play it careful right now. Let's put it this way, okay, guys? We talked about this. The championship standings going into this race, Hoodius in second, 21 points behind Patricio, his teammate. How many points do they award for a race win? 21. So Hoodius is looking to tie Patricio for the points lead tonight with this win right here. Now, Patricio would own the tiebreaker, but This is a very good night for Hudius if he can come home with this victory right here. So we are checking this out. Hudius with 1 win in his PRL career. Just started doing the GT3 last season. Very, very good run going right now. Solidly in the lead. K-Dog trying his best to catch him. The last lap, they ran damn near identical laps. Look at that. From Hudius, 1 minute 32.385. From K-Dog, 1 minute 32.386. 1/1000th of a second separating those guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, last lap from Mac, 1 minute 34.7. Not sure all that damage is fixed on that Mac machine. Going to be rough for him to get up there with T-Spotter because T-Spotter is running a little bit quicker right now. Maybe he had another mistake. It's a possibility, but right now it's not looking like there's going to be a race for third anytime soon. K-Dog's trying, man. He is absolutely trying. But Hudius has a sizable advantage right now. Beautiful car, too. I love that gold. Hudius, of course, retired from Formula One competition to join me in the broadcast booth. He will be my broadcast partner on Thursday night for the Formula One division qualifying. If you didn't know, there are over 40 signups for the F1 2017 League in the PRL. And you can still join as well. So if you want to join in some of these Precision Racing League races, hit that link up in chat. That can get you started. You head to the forums, and you can start signing up for leagues in all games across all consoles and PC. But, like I was saying, the Formula One 2017 League has over 40 signups. Instead of telling 21 through 40 whatever to go home, the PRL decided that they will do a qualifying session and a Division 2. So, every Thursday night, 40 people will get to race, and then there will be reserves. The top This Thursday, we are going to have a qualifying session at 3 different racetracks. Your aggregate time throughout those 3 racetracks will set your division. 1 through 20 will be Division 1. That is the league I will be broadcasting every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
He's trying, Jake. He cut 2/10 off of that lead the last lap, but that's not enough. He's going to need more. So Thursday night we will be there. Hudius will be there. Aaron Webb will be there in the party with us. Each of us will be in a separate group. There will be 3 sessions, 3 separate groups running qualifications, and the top 20 will be Division 1. 21 through 40 will be Division 2, and we're going to go racing the Thursday afterwards. So the next Thursday night we will start the new season in Formula One. It's going to be fantastic, absolutely fantastic, in one of the most competitive leagues, the most popular leagues, everything that you have right there. If you've not seen the Formula One stuff, check out the YouTube from the last season. It is fantastic. 2 and 3 wide, last lap passes for the win. Unbelievable stuff all season long. We are going to have more of it, and with many more drivers this season. Jacob wants to go make his eggs. This is you got to stick with it. Right now, Hudius looking pretty comfortable, but he's got lap traffic ahead of him. K-Dog is actually running quicker laps than him, but there's still that sizable gap. I believe that is Dre or Bubba ahead of Hudius there. Let's go through the field here. Here's K-Dog. The last lap, nearly identical laps from those guys again, so K-Dog is not catching him at a quick enough rate. T-Spotter here in third on the podium right now, looking very good. RPG Me has made his way around Mac for fourth. Mac, that car is very damaged. You can see him. He's trying to nurse it around. So Mac down to fifth now. In sixth is the Rite Aid Kid. Bubba 18 in seventh, moving out of the way to give Hoodius the spot. Actually, I think he might have had a cut track. So 5-second penalty there gives Hoodius the chance to go around Bubba. Pork Chops in eighth, trying to run Bubba down. Wants to make a little battle here in just a few moments. Fifi in ninth. And Dre in 10th, right ahead of Ben Charles. So those guys, they've been battling all race long. Still battling right now. Yeah, Hoodius is going to have to make a mistake at this point, I think. I think that's what it's going to take. We know K-Dog's trying hard. He wants that first win. But K-Dog, like he said, didn't get a chance to get much practice in. So K-Dog said he's just showing up and racing. It's going very well for him, but he's not up to his usual practice self at the moment. But Hoodius, very, very quick. He's doing exactly what he's needed to do. He's driven a perfect race, no mistakes. And Hoodius in position to take the win tonight. Ben Charles trying to make a move on Dre there, but went a little wide through that corner. You can see Dre kicking up the leaves in front of him. Through this chicane. You can make or lose a whole lot of time through that chicane, I got to tell you. Problems for Fifi. What's going on here? Wow. 10-second cut penalty for Fifi. Oh my goodness. That was a big one. Here's Bubba. You can see K-Dog right in front of him. K-Dog still trying to catch the race leader. Mac in fifth. Still trying to get around. I don't think he's in any danger from Rite Aid Kid at the moment. T-Spotter in third. Looks pretty solidly on that podium. And here is Hoodius still with a sizable advantage on K-Dog. That last lap, K-Dog cut 2/10 off of his time, but it's not good enough. Gonna have to have more. He needs Hoodius to make a mistake, and Hoodius has not made a mistake this entire race. I would hate to jinx him at this point, but I think he's feeling pretty comfortable out there in first. Looking for win number 2. Our good friend Hoodius. Only 2 laps left to do it. Everybody give a shout out in chat. We've seen the Root for Hootie hashtags all night long. He's doing quite well at the moment. He's going to be super excited for this. We talked about how his Laguna Seca race was not exactly how he wanted to win it. So this would be vindication for him. You know, you can maybe call one time a fluke, but when you back it up again, there's no fluke to it, and that's what he's looking for. Hoot beer float. He might float a beer. I don't know. I think he's back on day shifts now, but you never know. That car looks fantastic. He was tasked with the challenge of not having a teammate this week. He and Patricio, of course, his teammate with 4 wins on the season. Patricio, who is the all-time wins leader in PRL GT3 competition, is very good to have around to bounce setup ideas off of. Very, very good. So the fact that he didn't have Patricio was a complicated thing. But Hoodius worked his butt off on this setup to make a good race car, and you can see it is paying off right now. He doesn't have the fastest lap of the race, but he's not far off, and he has made no mistakes. Hoodius with 1 lap to go before he can take win number 2 in PRL GT3 competition. K-Dog still trying to catch him. He's trying his hardest. 2/10 off of Hoodius' time that time. No, I am wrong. Actually, Hoodius back down into 131s. Very, very quick lap from Hoodius. I'm surprised he's still pushing that hard. So K-Dog in second, T-Spotter third, RPG Me fourth, Mac holding on to fifth right now, but Rite Aid Kid is catching him. Pork Chops in seventh. Bubba with a big contact. Bubba's missing a wheel. Oh. Bubba's a very quick driver, but for whatever reason, every time we watch him, he's missing parts. He's got problems. Bubba always finds his way off the track. He's going to be able to limp back to the pits here without causing any sort of danger for these other guys. Here is Mac coming up to lap Ben Charles. Ben's trying to get out of the way. Mac's got damage. That's a complicated thing there. Ben Charles and Dre still racing there. But this is the man of the hour right here. Our man Hoodius. 2 corners left to navigate, and he will be looking at win number 2 on the season. Round 6. Every single race has been won by the Chromo Ramrod, and he's weaving that car, celebrating down the front. Win number 2 for Hoodius in the bag at Zolder. Congratulations to the rough driver. Fantastic run. Brings home his second win and vindication. That first win, he said, had issues because of the lag problems that K-Dog had when his car was demolished by Brian's car, which lagged. But he fought through then. He earned that win then, and he earned this win now. 2-time winner in the PRL GT3 League. Fan favorite in the chat. Hoodius getting the job done. So K-Dog out there as well. He finished second. T-Spotter crossing the line now. He is 3rd place in this race. Rite Aid Kid is actually a little farther back. RPG me there in 4th. He has crossed the line to finish 4th in this race. Great run for him. Kid showed a lot of spunk in this one. Fair play to him as well. Done very good to stay out of the way of the leaders when they came around to lap him. So very, very solid stuff from him in his debut. Rite Aid Kid here banging wheels with Ben Charles. Not sure what the story is there, but those 2 drivers unhappy with each other. Rite Aid Kid is going to bring it home in 6th. Mac Attack across the line. 5th place for him. Here comes Rite Aid Kid in 6th. Pork Chops in 7th. 8th place looks to be Fifi. Trying to work his way forward here. Been a tough race for Fifi, but he's trying to finish her off strong. Now to my eggs. Well, what about the winner's interview, Jake? Come on. Rite Aid in here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. GG's to Hoodius. Got the job done, didn't he? So Fifi's looking to come home 8th. Dre looking at 9th. Ben Charles a little farther back than he wanted to be there. He was fighting with Dre most of the race, but he's looking at 10th. And Bubba, with his damage, is going to be an 11th place finisher. Amazing stuff now. When you get a cut track penalty, should you not move out of the fast line? Yes, that is the ideal situation. I know sometimes that is hard to do. Ran into the back of him twice. Yeah. I know at Laguna Seca we always had that problem too. I run into the back of a couple of people there. What's up, Lipsy?